Namaste and welcome to the last video in the chakra clearing series for creating a deeper connection here at the Nudge You Need. This has been in the works for so long, and I just want to thank Johnny from JV Studios for doing this with me, and creating this deeper connection with him has been a blessing in my life, and I've met so many wonderful people through him. So thank you, Johnny and JV Productions, for doing this for me. The last chakra for now is the crown chakra. I'm getting ready to work on the upper chakras. There's a bunch more coming, but first I have to do my own work on them, and then I will share the work with you. And maybe we'll do, if you keep doing what I'm teaching in this video series, when I teach some classes, we can maybe do classes about the higher chakras rather than keep staying in these, because we want to keep moving up and raising our vibration to the different dimensions. Right now I'm into the fourth and fifth dimension, and it's big, it's really big out there, and it's exciting, but we have to remain grounded, which goes back to the first video of awareness and the root chakra. We have to remain grounded in order to deal with that energy, because if we don't remain grounded, we could go crazy. Right? We could literally lose our minds because it's so big, and it's like blows your mind. And many people have lost their minds in this meditation and in this trying and wanting to figure things out, right? Because they don't remain grounded. So staying grounded, doing Kegel exercises, the breath of life. We are here on earth, and we want to stay grounded so that we can manage all this effectively and easily and have fun while we're doing it. The crown chakra is our connection to the higher dimensions, to God, to universal energy, to the collective consciousness, to the power of all that is. There's so many names, source energy, whatever it means to you. You know, it's all the same. As I mentioned probably in some of the other videos, I don't even remember now, but I read the Bible, I read the Quran, I read the Hebrew text, I read all the religions about Buddhism and Hinduism, and really what I found is that it's all the same. Everybody believes in the same thing. It's just a little bit different. Some of the names have been changed, you know, but it's all the same. It's just oneness. And as I mentioned in the last video, collective consciousness, or God energy, or source energy, or whatever you call it, it's right here. It's right around us right now. But if you're thinking too much, you can't feel it, right? It's not about thinking, it's about feeling. When you stop thinking, when you meditate, you begin to feel what's really going on. The Book of Secrets here, which I'll talk about in a minute, Osho says that people who are just going through life without doing their work, without connecting with the higher consciousness, they're just sleepwalking, right? You're going through your day, you go to work, you go to the store, you come home, you watch TV, the next day you go to work, you go to the store, you cook dinner, right? It's just going through life, but there's so much more, right? And if you've gone to church but you're not feeling that connection, that's what this is all about. This series is a tantric in nature. It comes from the art of Tantra. And the word Tantra literally just means technique. When you translate it, it comes from the art of weaving, and tantric techniques weave movement, breath work, and mantra together to create a conscious connection to the divine, or the universal energy, or the source power, whatever it means to you. Tantra doesn't tell you what to believe in. It just teaches you how to connect with what you believe in. So, you know, it's great when you're at church and you're feeling the power of all the people and God and everything's there, and then you leave and it's all gone. Well, if you practice the breath of life on a regular basis, you will maintain a connection to that source power all the time, right? And as I said in the last video, it's not about thinking about what you want. It's about being that, right? When you feel the energy, that's when God gives it to you. It's not about thinking or asking. You got to feel it. And when the feelings come out, you raise your vibration and you get the things that you want on a higher vibration. So don't worry so much about the name. In the end, you know, I didn't know what to call it. I called it, for me, for a long time, I called it the higher, what did I don't even remember why, the higher consciousness or something like that. I knew it was higher, you know, so for me it was higher. But then somebody told me, I think it was my partner Michael again, he said God, G-O-D, stands for the great outdoors. And then I was hooked. I was like, yes, God, the great outdoors, because that's what I've always felt. My connection has always been with the outdoors. Every flower, every blade of grass, every tree, I can see the different colors of the greens. I can feel the energy of the grass. I've felt that since I was a child. I just thought everybody else felt it too, but apparently not. So, I've always had that connection to the great outdoors. And for me, I'm back on the God bandwagon now because that's what it means to me. So use whatever word you want. If you want to believe in Kermit the Frog, believe in Kermit the Frog. It's fine. But use this technique to connect with him because he's probably not there with you, right? So if you want to connect with him, use this technique because we're all breathing, right? And when you're breathing and I'm breathing, if we just breathe, we're connected, right? Because our breath is life force energy. Without it, we'd be dead. Right? So it's our only connection to all that is. It's our breath. So when you start to breathe and you fill yourself up, don't think of it as a breath. As a matter of fact, don't think about it at all. Feel it and understand deeply how powerful your breath is. You're filling yourself up with the power of all that is every time you breathe. So don't take your breathing for granted. Fill yourself up and feel the power of all that is as it fills up your body. Use it for healing, for manifesting, for whatever it is, creating, right? That's what Tantra does. It pulls this energy, which is your root chakra, your sacral chakra, and your core. This is your creative energy, your personal power, your groundedness. It pulls it up through your body. When you get it through the lungs, you kind of assist it, bring it up to the crown, and then click. It connects to that energy of source. And then when you exhale, you bring it back down your body and you use it to release everything that doesn't serve you. Right? Through this whole series, we did movements, we did different breathing techniques, we did mantra to create that connection, to create that deeper connection with yourself and whatever your higher power is. And so it's a process and it's a series, and it starts at awareness and the root chakra for a reason, because when you want to clear the chakra system, you have to start at the root chakra and work your way up. You can't be up here in your mind. You're never going to get it done unless you start the work at the bottom, right? And I have a chakra chart here. So, you start at the bottom and you work your way up. And we'll put a chakra chart on this video as well so you can take a good look at it and see what resonates with you in the out of balance column. You can look over to which chakra that represents and you can see where you can start your clearing. But I recommend, usually everybody needs to get grounded and get centered. So like I said, starting down at the root chakra, working your way up and really learning the breath of life, because that's the basis to everything in this clearing process. It's the connection to the higher power. So you must do the breath of life all the time. It's not just something you do for 20 minutes at night or when you think about it in your car. Do you want to feel good for 20 minutes at night or when you think about it in your car, or do you want to feel good all the time? Right? If you want to feel good all the time, you have to maintain your breath of life. If you're only breathing into your lungs, you're creating a lot of pressure in this area. You're creating a lot of restriction, your heart, breast cancer, heart issues, holding all that energy. You got to open it up, sit up straight, and pull your power up through your body. That's what creates the clearing. So being comfortable with whatever it is that you believe in, it doesn't matter. You can choose whatever you want. And then creating that conscious connection through the breath of life, creating the clearing so that you can get up here through the movements and the mantra. And the technique I want to share with you for really getting in touch with this energy of the crown chakra is a technique. It's actually headstand, but I'm going to do a modified headstand because a lot of people can't do headstands. If you can do a headstand, by all means do a headstand. Headstands are so good. It's really good to get upside down, to let the blood flow the opposite way through the system, and let gravity do its work. We did a lot of work with gravity in this series, so that would be something else. All right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to get on our hands and knees and we're going to do a modified headstand. So we're not going to lift our legs all the way up, but we really want to put the center of the head onto the mat. I'm actually going to fold this up. And in a headstand, in a yoga headstand, you clasp your fingers together like this and you cup it right around the back of your head. And then you're going to use your elbows for balance. So if you need to do that, If you want to do a headstand, make sure your hands are tight in. They're not spread out like this because you're going to use that for balance, and you're going to use a lot of your core in a headstand. For us right now, we're just going to get into this position. Put your hands together, arms on the mat, and you're going to put your head down right in between. Get nice and comfortable, and let's do the breath of life. Inhaling fresh, clean, healing energy. Exhaling everything that doesn't serve you. So now you are in this position. This is all we're going to do, and we're going to stay with the breath of life in this position. Inhaling into your lower abdomen, filling up your belly, filling up your lungs, bringing it up to the crown. And exhaling back down and out. Even if you're upside down, you're going to bring it down to the root chakra. Letting it go. Be relaxed in this pose. My legs are relaxed. My arms are kind of holding me, but the rest of my body is relaxed. So hold the pose for just as long as you want, whatever's comfortable for you. You know, you may hold the pose for 1 or 2 breaths. You may hold the pose for 4 or 5 breaths, whatever's comfortable for you. And then just work on that connection and clearing the mind, keeping your sternum up, right? Because if you drop your sternum, you're not even going to get this energy up past the heart. So you got to keep that sternum up, and you got to bring it up. Cat-cow is another really good technique, which we shared back in the 2nd or 3rd video, which will bring the energy from the root chakra all the way up to the crown. So go practice cat-cow. That is a lovely technique and can really get your energy flowing. Another thing that I found helpful when I was connecting with my spirituality was to create an altar. And the word altar never really resonated with me because I went to so many churches and I saw so much hypocrisy about, you know, what they had on their altar. Excuse me. But then I figured out that the great outdoors can have the altar, right? So everything on this altar is from, not everything, most things are from the great outdoors. Other things were things that people gifted me. There are crystals, there are rocks, there are shells, there's a plastic goddess, you know, there's an arrowhead for the strength, you know, there's root chakra stones, there's upper chakra stones. If you want a stone for a certain chakra, you can look on the chakra chart which chakra is being blocked for you, and then you can Google it. You know, I don't remember the names of these stones because that's not my thing. So all I did was when I needed a certain chakra stone, I would Google it, or I would go to the crystal shop. I would, you know, ask the person, this is what I'm looking for. They would direct me. Or sometimes even if you don't know what you need or you can't figure it out, go to the crystal shop and pick up the stones. Feel what feels with you, not think. Right? It's not about thinking. It's about feeling. What do you feel? Does that stone feel good to you? Does it feel like it's drawing stuff out? Does it feel like it's giving you stuff? Right? Stop thinking so much and start to feel. That's what this life is all about. That's why it's called a deeper connection. Right? Right now we're so connected to the outside of us. But really, we are not our bodies and we are not our minds. That is just on this human planet. But we are our souls. And when you can create that deeper connection with your soul and follow what your soul wants, that's when you will find happiness, bliss, health, joy. You will attract the things into your life that you love. Before I go and sign off for good, I want to share one more thing. This book. This is the Book of Secrets, and this book has assisted me. This is for if you want to think, right? If you need to think, check out this book. It's by Osho, and it's quite a thick book, has over 1,100 pages. It could be a little intimidating, but know that this book takes about a year to read, right? It's not a hurry. The spiritual journey is not a hurry. It's little by little, step by step. Some people may pass through it quickly. I notice younger people nowadays, people in their 20s, are passing through it very, very quickly. So if you're young, you can go on this journey pretty quickly, I think. You know, I've noticed that, you know, just through the evolution of people, that younger people are going through this quickly. But if you're older, don't beat yourself up. If it takes a year, it took me 2 years to straighten the vertebrae in my neck and allow that energy to start flowing through me before I experienced the Kundalini rising, awakening. So it's a process. You know, all the blockages you see on the chakra chart have built up over your lifetime since the time you were born until however old you are now. So, you know, the more you have, the longer it may take to get rid of it. But you just got to keep practicing, right? Have faith that everything is fine the way it is. Practice gratitude every day. If you need something to read, read the Book of Secrets. All the answers you're looking for are right here in this book. But you got to clear the mind so that you can get it. So thank you again for continuing with this series. I'm so grateful that you're here. I'm doing this out of love and passion and kindness. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody in classes, because although we're here and I'm teaching the techniques, and they're here really just to remind you. You know, the classes are in the Chicagoland area sometimes, they're down in Florida other times. So if you go to the Nudge You Need on Facebook, you can see right under events where everything's happening. That page is also very inspirational. If you're on Facebook and you're getting too much negative energy, first of all, check who your friends are. And second of all, go to the Nudge You Need. There's always positive, inspirational posts to share there. I post 2 or 3 times a day, just great things to remind you, you know, to keep your level of consciousness up. There's a lot of notes there that I've written over the years. And come to the events. You know, I do gong meditations, I do goddess gatherings, we do chakra clearing series live with other people in together in a group, which is really interesting because you get to hear about other things. And we also do at least a 20 or 30 minute gong meditation in every class. So I haven't done the gong at all while I've done this series, but I would like to hit it for you. So you'll have to excuse me 1 minute while I get the mallet because it's over there. But then you're gonna feel maybe a little bit, you know, it's much better when we're live. But I just want to close with a little vibrational healing. So thank you again. Namaste, and message me if you want on Facebook. I'm always there to